When you're looking at overall segmentation of the market, you're realizing or not, China represents today 48% of M2M connectivity in the world, followed by Europe, that is 28%. In US, it's about 18 only. North America, it's actually US and Canada. It's 18% only. However, when you're looking at the marketing campaigns, it's interesting that the most money spent on a marketing campaign, it's in US market, followed by others. But what does not exist in other market in comparison to China and Europe? It's a heavily subsidized industry by the government. European government have a mandate that drives M2M technology as well as Chinese government. So if 10 years ago, everyone was looking at the data simply as a collection mechanism, right now, all of this industry basically looking at the data of the event to prevent the mistakes. Ability to create an accurate decision on a spot in a second, it's very critical. So ability to associate data intelligence when you're opening up your phone at that specific moment with a 99.9% accuracy, it's tough. And this is what M2M industry assisting today.
You know, in the world of M2M, as Polina said, it's about, you know, connecting assets and devices and gaining value from it. And, you know, that's fine as long as you have coverage. It's fine as long as you have a network that you can connect to. But particularly in the mobile world, mobile assets, you know, whether it be a truck or a car or an aircraft or a ship, you may be going in and out of coverage. You may not have, you certainly probably won't have cellular coverage all the time, and you may have various different modes of coverage. So one of the challenges that the M2M industry has is finding the right technology to connect those assets and to do it at the best cost. And particularly if it's mobile, which do you choose? Do you choose just one technology and risk it going out of coverage and being disconnected from that data? Or do you invest in you know, several devices or several radios? So in the world of satellite, for some of the industries that we work with, dual mode is becoming a more common feature, which is the combination of a satellite device with a cellular device in order to enable M2M connectivity.
We focus a lot in this business in cost. And it's always important, but it's rarely the #1 important reason why people buy things. When they implement an M2M network, what they're after is reliability. If I go out and I want to know what my stuff is doing, where is my stuff, how's my stuff performing, did someone steal my stuff, my first thought is I want to be able to connect to it the moment I want to connect to it. So reliability is almost always the #1 driving reason. So if I have a network that only gets me 80% of my operating area, I have to resort to another means to get that remaining 20%. So in answer to your question, this is why people do it. This is why they're looking for the marriage of the two. And what we try to do, this is an example of a device. This is a device made by Skywave. It's a dual mode. I have two. I can put not one cellular SIM card in here, but two. Okay, so I can operate on 2 different cellular networks. And then I have a couple of antennas. One's a cellular patch antenna, one's a satellite antenna. So in my programming, I say, I manage my cellular SIMs just as I do any of my other cellular SIMs. And I say, if my asset is moving every 5 minutes when it's on my preferred network, give me a report every 5 minutes. If it fails over to my second network, which is not my preferred network, maybe give me a report every 7 minutes. But if I fail over to satellite, maybe you give me a report every 15 minutes. So I can control my costs that way. I manage my SIMs just as I always have, but I add the cellular component.